YouTube, System Manager, starting live stream. Hello, Facebook Live. Oh, and there you go. Ladles and Jelly Spoons, welcome to Truth, Love, and Peace, episode number 46. I'm here with Owen Finley. Thank you so much, sir. And for those of you in podcast land that didn't get to hear the initial freak out, we had a little technical difficulty that had to be overcome. So we restarted the Facebook and the YouTube and blah, 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 blah. So for anybody else that joins us, I'm going to go in here and share this real quick. Because there we are. That's very professional of me. So sorry. I want to make this shareable. It is a beautiful day, and I avoided asking you this whole time. For those of you who don't know, we're in Pensacola. Owen is a bass player that plays for Big Jam Space Driver, and I'm trying to remember everybody. Tyler Mack, and who else am I missing? Somebody.
Open your eyes.
Oh yeah, Yellow. That was the other one. The Mobile one.
The Mobile Band.
The Mobile Band. So, you guys have been doing a lot with Jake Pearson lately.
Yes.
And I would love to hear about some of those adventures while I share this over. So, you guys are going to be for those of you tuning in live on Facebook or catching this in real time, tonight at Seville Quarter.
Yes.
We'll start there and then work our way backwards, I guess.
Tonight at Seville
Catch
Quarter.
us up.
Jack Pearson is going to be playing a solo set, and then at 8 o'clock, me, Tyler Mack, and Justin Headley are going to back him up.
Nice.
And don't know what we're going to play, but I'm sure it's going to be good because it's Jack Pearson.
Yeah, I was going to say, does not matter.
Yeah, he's my favorite guitar player. It's pretty awesome getting to play with him, especially as much as I have, by now.
And they're just over the last 2 weeks or so, or when?
I played with him Thursday at the Brickyard with Yellowhammer, and that was cool. He just every time he gets on stage, he just blows me away, and everybody else. But I got to play with him 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, maybe was the first time at the Break, and he sat in with me, Tyler, and Tucker.
At the Break, really?
At the Break, yeah, of all places.
Right. Yeah, very cool. I didn't see him. I saw him over in Mobile at some point, but I'm looking forward to tonight to see what goes down. It's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I don't remember where all you guys have been recently, but were you at Dolphin Street Sound for, I guess it was Jake's birthday party, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were at Dolphin Street Blues Company. That was the bar that we had the the party and the jam and all that at.
I missed that, but there's a lot going on over in Mobile. You guys are throwing down. So I guess tell me the Yellowhammer story for those who don't know.
Ben wanted to put a band together, Ben Jernigan, and he hit me up. He hit up Isaac Eady, who I played with in Hotel Oscar, and he's in New Orleans now doing his thing, doing lots of things.
Nice.
And then Brooks Hubbard from here in Pensacola on guitar, and then Ike actually wasn't initially in the Thursday night gigs. We didn't even have a name for a while, but it was just Ben and us, and different people were coming and playing, and I don't know how they found Ike. I think it was a YouTube video or something that somebody showed him, you should get this guy to play. And then he showed up, and he was really, really good. Really, really good. So he stuck around, and now that is what Yellowhammer is now.
Wasn't playing with Yeah Probably?
Say again?
Wasn't he playing with Yeah Probably?
He does a lot.
First?
No, he was.
Or the first time I saw him. Anyway.
Yeah, he. I think he met everybody through us. Met Shay and Quentin and Mario. I know he's played with Mario Mina before.
That's awesome. Very cool. So Yellowhammer has a standing gig over in Mobile, right?
Yes.
Every week?
It was every week. We did that for a long time, and now it's going to be the first Thursday of every month.
First Thursday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Here until 1065, I believe, which is the festival that they put on the weekend of Bayfest.
Groceries are here. We're gonna go through Owen's groceries here in just a few minutes. While we're waiting on that, couple of things. Seville Quarter tonight, for those of you checking in live, you can find all the Truth, Love, and Peace episodes, truthloveandpeace.com. Let's see. Yellowhammer is on Facebook for sure. I think it's just at Yellowhammer. And we got groceries. Goodness gracious, they're right there.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go through Owen's grocery list.
All right, we got.
Y'all buckle up.
Got veggie spirals, zucchini. Got
Spirals, none of that shit BS. Spirals.
Get spiral, baby. More spirals. Butternut squash. Let's see. This is just one bag, though. Cauliflower florets. Green ones.
Green ones. Yeah. Publix brand.
Publix brand.
But it's cheaper. It's just as good, too.
Organic cut green beans.
See? Store brand. Cheaper.
Organic mixed vegetables. Steam in a bag.
But organic. Every bit as healthy. Every bit as healthy.
Do it right, yeah.
Everybody on the podcast is going to go, what is all that crinkly bullshit noise? What are they possibly doing?
Oh, we got a can of something.
Oh!
Seasoned Italian green beans.
Oh, delicious. What kind of seasonings do you get with that? Kentucky Wonder style flat beans that have been Italian seasoned. Go. What else you got? That's the sauce to go with it.
Makoto ginger dressing.
Oh, yeah. These should come with a hibachi chef.
My baby's treating me right. She got me that sharp cheddar cheese. Tuna
It's a
Creations.
special bond.
Lemon pepper. It is special. Lemon, sesame, and ginger.
Sharp cheddar cheese and
Sun-dried tomato and basil. Seasoned tuna.
And seasoned tuna.
Oh, wait. And another lemon and pepper.
Oh,
She must
yeah.
like the lemon and pepper.
Those are real good for road trips where the windows don't work and you're stuck in a car with a bunch of other people. This is like a disaster kit. Sharp cheddar and tuna
Stinky car rides.
in a cold car road trip.
Oh, yeah, we got greens here. Got some greens. Some baby spinach. And spring mix.
That's my favorite right there, the spring mix. You don't get the kind that come with the salad dressing already in them? No, you got the Makotas. Look at that.
See, I don't do the ordering.
I don't do the ordering, I just go through it when it gets here.
Actually, since we're going to take a break with the groceries real quick. And,
Oh, man.
get you some greens.
Heck yeah.
I hope Taylor's watching this or watches this later.
Thank you, Taylor, for ordering groceries for us. We greatly appreciate it. Delicious.
Got some more bags. Groceries here.
We're not done with the groceries yet. Y'all don't put the groceries down yet.
We're gonna wait for that. That's gonna be.
Is that the adult bag?
No.
What is Publix
This
delivering you?
is-
Oh, shit. What is Publix delivering you?
Zucchini squash.
Perfect. Zucchini squash. Because
I hope my
why
mom's
spiral it yourself?
Right. Got all kinds. Asparagus, my favorite.
Oh, spears. Yum, yum, yum.
All right. More zucchini squash. Oh, strawberry.
Yes, that looks like morning smoothies right there.
This looks like right now. Here,
Yummy,
just
yummy,
put it
yummy.
in.
Just the way I like it.
Unwashed, raw.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, honey, I don't think you had a man like me.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
All right.
We've saved the protein for last.
Pork loin chops, thinly
Bone
sliced.
in.
Bone in. What is this?
None of that lean crap.
Pork
Pork
tenderloin.
loin. Yum. I recognize those.
Teriyaki. That's gonna be
Oh,
good.
teriyaki pre-season to go with your 100 Makota honey ginger dressing.
You ready for this last one?
Yeah, I am. Is this the sausage?
It's
I've
a
heard.
whole chicken.
Oh, yummy.
Look at that, baby.
Look at that. It's a baby dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious.
All right.
This has been
Groceries with Owen.
Owen Finley's Cupboard. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
I found a sour grape, and if Owen doesn't hurry up, I'm going to eat his strawberry.
Eat
I'm
that
kidding.
strawberry.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. The other band, Tyler Mack and Justin Headley, the Tyler Mack band, are going to be at Seville Quarter tonight. For those of you catching this live, check it out. Seville Quarter tonight. Owen will remind you of the times in just a few minutes.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah, Jack Pearson from the Allman Brothers.
Yep.
Playing a solo set first, and then the Tyler Mack Band. So definitely worth checking out. I apologize, I can't see everybody's comments at the moment.
All right.
But I will grab comments. Well, I'll throw this away.
Oh, look at all these people watching. That's great.
Yeah. See, it's not a very organized kind of thing we do here. This is just kind of get together, go through people's groceries. How'd you miss some? That was the spiral. Man, what was it? The spiral zucchini and the spiral carrots.
Spiral butternut squash.
Oh, spiral butternut squash.
All right.
Okay.
Now that's out of the way.
Do you feel like you have Batmaned enough?
Yes.
All right. Now tell us where the nickname came from. Who started calling you Batman?
Batman?
Yeah.
Man, the only person that really called me Batman was Corey Resner.
Really?
Because
the Rez gets that one.
Rez, yeah. I got Batman because I was playing with Ryan Balthrop one time at, I can't remember the name of the bar, but it was a sports bar that was on the second level of all the strips at the wharf.
Okay.
And it was during what show was playing at the wharf? It was the Avett Brothers and JoJo Herman from Widespread Panic. His Mardi Gras band was the opening band. Well, a buddy of ours, Tarver, was there, and he was like, I'm going to get JoJo to come sit in with you guys.
Nice.
And so eventually he comes over and he plays a song with us. He played 2 songs. He played Yellow Moon and Hey Pockway. And I had no idea who he was. I was just like, man, this keyboard player's pretty good. And so afterwards, I asked Ryan who it was. He's like, it was JoJo Herman. I was like, I don't know who JoJo Herman is. He's like, this is a keyboard player for Widespread Panic. And I was like, oh, well, that's pretty awesome.
Who they are.
Yeah. But I was wearing a Batman shirt, and Corey was there, and he was all psyched that happened, and he called me Batman forever. Like, years until he knew my name.
Just imprinted in his mind.
It's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
I got Sunshine was a nickname I had more people call me that than Batman.
I did not know that. Well, I just remember seeing Batman on the marquee at one of the Grateful Fest shows over in Mobile at the Brickyard. It was on one of the LED boards. That's where I saw it most recently.
Oh, I had a cape too. I had a Batman cape that I wore for a while, and I wish I knew where it was.
Do we need a new one? We can get you a new Batman cape, Owen.
That'd be pretty awesome. I'd wear it, cherish it. I wouldn't take it for granted.
Nothing worth bothering on there.
Groceries are important.
Yes, groceries are very important. So we're all well fed. Feels like we've been doing this forever. It's only been 13 minutes. Oh my God, how are we going to fill an hour, Owen?
Holy
shit, I don't know. So, this, I just can't get over the Jack Pearson thing, really, man. It's so cool. So cool. I got to see him play with Johnny Cochran. And they're just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I'm stoked about tonight. I'm really stoked about tonight.
Me too.
But I feel like that doesn't touch enough on the network and the history of what was going on. I told you we were talking to Quentin not too long ago, and he had great insight and great perspective on how tight-knit the bass player community is down here. So I guess to pick up where he left off, getting to play with Jack would be one of the upsides of having this tight-knit community that we have down here in the Gulf Coast. And you've been part of that for how long now? How long have you been playing down here?
I've been playing around here since 2011, really.
Nice.
So, yeah.
How'd you get started down here?
I got started down here. I had a band in high school called the Seventh Green. And I think, do you remember Ethan Giles? I'm sure you've met him before.
Maybe.
But him and Hayden Dudley and I, and then eventually Christian Brandon, we all went to Robertsdale High School. We were all buddies. And we gigged around a little bit in high school, which I graduated in 2010, and we played at like the Hangout, the Paparacos, Gulf Shores. But I went to Faulkner State, which is now Alabama Coastal Community College, and Ryan Balthrop was there. Rebecca Berry was teaching there.
Yeah.
Nick Carroll, bass player, was there. Brett Twilley, Derek Jones, like all these, Justin Phobes, all these musicians that are like, play around, everybody knows them, were there at school. They all went back. And I met them, and eventually they started calling me for gigs. So
nice.
That's how I got started there.
Very, very cool.
And I started gigging even before they started calling me with a band. You know Carl Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl Gates was playing with a band called Dying to Begin, and he called me to come take his spot in that band, and they were playing around a little bit too. That was my first time, like, you know, getting in the truck, driving an hour, loading in all the stuff, you know, and actually making money.
Cool.
And I'm still real good friends with those guys. Steve Martin, the drummer, and he's got a band called Heavy Funk, which Christian from my high school band is a guitar player in. And they play around a little bit in Foley. They're working on getting a studio up and going right now.
In Foley, very cool.
But anyway, that's how I got started. All those guys.
That's great though. It's great that there is such a community. You know, and I lived in Cincinnati, and so I never, even with the musicians that I worked with, Cincinnati was not the kind of place where it was that tight knit. Maybe because of the size, maybe because of how spread out it was. I don't know, but it's really neat to see how so much great stuff can come out of basically this one group of musicians. You know, and there's a ton of it around here.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute ton. I was going through your Facebook page and looking at how much you guys work. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
I'm doing 11 days in a row right now.
Sweet.
Halfway through it.
That is tons of fun. There are a lot of places musicians don't get to make a living like that, so that's awesome. I can't imagine what the music scene looks like from your perspective. You know, I was stuck in one spot for so long, but what's it like bouncing around from place to place? I mean, how far does a week take you? Just Mobile and Pensacola or further?
Mobile, Pensacola usually. Every now and then, I used to play out in Destin a lot, but I don't make my way out there too much anymore. Panama City, but last weekend, I think it was last weekend, we went to New Orleans. Me, Tyler, John, and Chris Ozuna, we played there. And then the weekend before, we went to Alexander City. Me, Tyler, and Chris. Actually, Chris Akridge went with us too.
Yeah,
so that was a lot of fun.
In Louisiana?
No,
Alexander
up in North Alabama.
North Alabama.
Yeah. So usually it's just between here and Mobile, but lately we've been getting around, you know, a little bit more.
Is that fun traveling that far for you? Or
yes, that is what I want to do all the time.
Yeah,
I wish I was doing it a lot more.
Hell yeah. That's, well, you know, it just takes time. I can't imagine it would be a far cry. Are there any whisperings of that in the near future for you, or
Maybe.
Just kind of hoping one day?
You making plans? Calling me, yeah. You know, I mean, I always ask around, and I got people that are, you know, sticking their neck out for me. Cool. Like, I know a guy, get him to do this, you know. No big calls yet, but I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, who was it? Spees that is touring with somebody with a big national act now. Like
Samantha Fish.
Yeah. Like that's great. It's amazing to see these people making these steps and doing all this stuff. It's really cool. It's amazing.
He's, you know, you've heard him. He's incredible.
Oh yeah, he deserves
it.
Great. He's fucking great. But I think y'all are all great. I mean, because I don't play music. I suck playing music. So y'all are all fucking amazing to me. That's one of the things that I enjoy having done it and work so closely with you guys is when other people talk about music and musicians, I forget how upper echelon the company is. Like, you guys truly are some of the world's best musicians. To be able to gig on the regular basis that you do and do what you do. And I listen to other bands play and other people play music, and it's like, you know, sorry, it's okay. But there was even some of my friends that were at Shizuko's the night that Big Jam Space Drivers played, and it was the first time they'd ever heard him. And they had heard that I was going to be there and yada, yada, yada. And my friend came up and was like, there it fucking goes. Like, yeah, like, what kind of shitty music are you listening to? Like, you should come join.
Glad people like
awesome.
it. That show was, man, that might be like top 5 one of the funnest shows I've ever played.
Yeah. Back up a little bit and tell everybody. Shizuko's Big Jam Truck Driver, that was like a coming out party for you guys.
Yeah, it was Sin Entertainment launch party too with Chris, but he got us to Griff. He got us to headline it. It was Big Jam Space Driver, probably, and then Joshua Zook from the Grey Tones. Yeah, he did the solo set. But yeah, that was It wasn't our first time playing in Pensacola, but it was our first show in Pensacola, like where we were the focus, you know.
I think the first show that I saw was you guys opening up for somebody at Vinyl, one of the brass bands.
Yeah, we did 2 brass bands in 6 days or something at Vinyl.
I wish I could have been there for one of those. I love brass bands. That would have made my night. I regret missing that
I
one.
think it was Rebirth was the first one, then Soul Rebels was the second one.
Both so good.
Yeah, they were. They always sound good. I've opened up for Rebirth a couple of times.
Oh, really? What's their crowd like? Is it...
Man, people that like brass band music, I don't know, they're all shapes, sizes, colors.
Well, are they? I don't know. I guess is the vibe? We're gonna sit here and listen, or are we gonna dance and party and?
Definitely the second one, dance and party. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it's high energy. Like I get worn out on brass bands just because it's so much. You know, it's just yeah.
It's fun.
Not knocking brass bands.
That's my wheelhouse, man. I came out of drum corps, so standing in a big horn arc, tearing somebody's face off, that was the name of the game.
I like drum corps.
Fun.
I did marching band in high school,
so
competitions were always real fun.
What'd you play in?
Electric bass. Yeah,
that's not marching.
I won the march off at band camp my senior year.
That's how you got to stand on the sideline?
That's it.
As a tuba player, I take umbrage to you.
We played the same part.
I know, but you do it standing on the sideline. I had to carry a tuba running across the field.
And I was in tune and y'all weren't. It's cool.
Never. And we were never on beat. Like, I'm jealous. Goodness. That's cool, though, man. My left hand never worked well enough. That's why I always had to play with my right hand. Couldn't play guitar. But that's really cool. So you marched in high school. Do you remember, like, what were your fondest memories? Because I have some highlights from high school.
Fondest memories. This marching band. When I was a junior, we went up to Chicago and we marched in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Cool.
And I actually marched. I played third bass drum.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I did. They put us like in a. There were some people that didn't march percussion, and they had to like fill out the gaps, and so they put me on third base and they put me in like a quick like boot camp. You know, like they made us go around the track, get our stamina up, get our backs ready. It wasn't a joke. Some people couldn't handle it. You know?
Oh no, it's not a joke at all, man. Those bass drums are not light. The horn that I played when I marched drum and bugle corps weighed 60 pounds, I think, something like that, and we had to hold it, in front of you, not a sousaphone on your shoulder. It's
one of these. Like, you hold it like that?
Yeah, except it's as a bugle. It's the stems and the valves and everything are rotated, so it sits on your shoulder, bell front.
Okay.
Contrabass bugle.
You didn't play tuba?
Well, it's a G horn, but it's a bugle. Like it's a tuba. Like if you take a concert tuba and then flip the valves and the mouthpiece, and so instead of it being right here, you take this whole thing and you put it up here, and the bell goes that way.
Okay.
Some valves don't even rotate. You can have them that way.
So you have the shoulder-mounted.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
The bazookas.
Yes.
I always thought those were really cool.
They're fun, but it doesn't come with an amplifier, so I couldn't.
Amplifier. Big lungs.
I couldn't do it. But I can't imagine having to stand on the sideline as a bass player and then hear what's going on behind you and keep track of a drum major that are never the same thing.
We had a pretty tight band. Our band director, Mr. Sasser, didn't. He treated it pretty hard because you think, most people think band is a joke, but he didn't. He didn't take it lightly. He was like, "We're gonna compete, and we're gonna be on time, in tune." He'd throw stuff in class, but he was cool, and it was tough sometimes because there's definitely they're moving around. It's not a consistent sound behind you, and especially if you're at competition or wherever, and there's like an empty stands behind the drum major, and that stuff's bouncing back at you. Yeah,
crazy.
And then there's always like we kind of tune together. Like the band tunes to the tubas, all the tubas tune together, and then everybody tunes to the tubas. Well, I tuned to a tuner, and so there was always that kind of like you get it close, and then you kind of get to where they are.
Yeah.
And pray.
Yeah, exactly. and then wait until they all get tired and start breathing really hot air and ruins everything anyway.
All this tune starts, just deflates.
And there was one point when we played, I was fortunate enough, my last show in drum corps, we played Pat Metheny, which is a jazz guitar player. Incredible music. Not the kind of thing you would expect to play in a marching band. And so at one point, the tuba section is all the way in the back of the field, like literally 10 yards from the opposite end zone. And it's nothing but running bass solo and a little bit of intermittent medley for this one section. And we're so far in the backfield that we had to play, we were 2 beats ahead of the drum major in what we were playing, so that by the time it hit the front of the field, it would all come out clean. It's the most fucked up recording you'll ever hear in your life if you're not in the stands. But it was so weird that it took that long, but literally seconds away from being in time and everything. It was the craziest thing I could ever imagine.
Yeah, that's real wild.
Yeah, so I can't imagine having to be listening to that and trying to keep up. Craziness.
Yeah, rehearsals got intense sometimes.
Out there in the sun doing 2-a-days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Man, high school. Memories.
Mm-hmm.
Que sera. So, fast forward to present day. Back to Pensacola. The Pensacola scene's been coming along pretty quick since I got here. I've seen some ups and downs, and I wonder with what last winter looked like. But from a musician's standpoint, how things looked this season.
Well,
what's it been like?
It's been good. It's really hard to tell while you're in it, especially for me because I always wish I had more work.
Yeah.
And it's you always wait till I get to the end of it and I turn back and I keep a calendar. I write everything down so I can just flip and look and.
That story. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Well, I can't think of anything musically. Are you playing? I do have one other question for you. Are you playing in this Lee Yankee Johnny Hart thing that's going on?
Yes, I am.
Tell me about that. I knew there was something else. This is the next.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Okay, Allman Brothers Tribute Band. You and some badass musicians.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna press this button. And
hey, Tyler Max watching.
What up, Tyler? So, tribute. Tyler, we'll see you tonight. So this Allman Brothers Tribute Band. Sorry, I had to reset that anyway.
This isn't playing. Is that normal?
It's okay.
It's all good.
It doesn't have to. Yeah.
Work.
It calms down after like 30 minutes.
Gotcha. So this Allman Brothers Tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee asked me to do it a while back, and we all decided on. I can't remember if it was probably just Lee deciding, but yeah, me, Lee, John Hart, John Milham, Adam Cooper, and Jamal Watson, all together. Yeah, I was talking to the Big Jam guys earlier about it, and I was like, yeah, my whole life has pretty much just come to this show, this Allman Brothers tribute, because that's my favorite band. It's like I just play their music all day if I could.
Nice. So, first date is Brickyard?
First date's Brickyard.
What day is what day?
That is June 29th, Friday.
It's
the last Friday of the month.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. So have you guys started talking, I'm sure you've started discussing, or have you started rehearsals yet?
Our first rehearsal is in a week, I think.
So are you just going to go in and when they say, what songs do you want to play, Owen? All of them!
All of them, yeah. No, we have a set list put together already. We're doing,
really?
3 sets worth of music. The second set's going to be Fillmore East in its entirety.
Cool.
And I'm just stoked about the whole thing.
Nice.
That record is probably my top 3 favorite records.
Wow. That's going to be awesome.
It's like I know all the songs already, so I'm just waiting.
That's going to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
The 20, and Noel's done a lot of work on the sound system down there from what I hear. Like this has been a while since I've been in there, but I've heard it's been really nice.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot better.
Been cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually got people in there working it now, and like
every now and then
doing it upright.
Mm-hmm.
He spent a bunch of money on it. That was his thing. Like, I put a bunch of money in it. I love listening to Noel tell a story, man. It's great. So it's been good. The Brickyard's been happening. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Always a good show there. It's a good vibe. People go there expecting to get their faces rocked, so you have to oblige them, which I gladly do.
And that's first Thursdays. Yellowhammer's first Thursdays.
First Thursdays.
The 29th is the Allman Brothers Tribute Band.
Yes. I'm actually playing there. There's a couple other bands on Thursdays, too. I'm going to pull that up and just plug my calendar real quick.
Yeah, definitely do.
I'm playing with Johnny Hayes on a Thursday at the Brickyard on the 28th.
Johnny Hayes. Is that Taylor?
It is.
Oh, welcome to the podcast, Taylor.
Oh, wow.
Mrs. Owen Finley, soon to be Mrs. Owen Finley, just walked in the door.
Hi! Owen Finley squared.
Owen Finley squared. Welcome home. We didn't tell her we were doing this. We just decided we would set up right here in the kitchen.
Surprise!
So don't worry. You have to walk around here to be on camera.
Oh.
So your discretion. Your discretion. But you got here just in time. We're done talking about music, I think. Well, I say that. No.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, right? I say that, but it'll come back. You were looking up something to plug.
Yeah, I got a new project with John Cochran, John Milham, and Johnny Hayes. And if there's anybody else named John that wants to be in the band, they can just apply and we'll be accepted.
Is that cubed?
Yeah, it's four Johns.
They don't even have to play an instrument.
No,
We
just
just need someone named John.
Just need another John to hang out.
Yeah, so 3 Johns and an Owen. And that's the confirmed lineup. You know how things go. People might show up. But something else cool is the Thursday before that, I am going to Denver to play one show with a guy named Jesse Wheeler and his band, The Gills.
I have no idea who this is.
He is from Gulf Breeze, Pensacola, and he had a band called The Gills that I actually used to go and see in high school. And he moved to Nashville. He just recently moved back. And he's got the guys in the band are really, really talented dudes. But they couldn't make this show, so he got me, John Hart, and Jonathan Ashley all to back him up. And we're going to fly out that Thursday, do the show, and fly back.
What?
Yep.
That's going to be tons of fun.
Yes. Going to go do an hour. It's going to be filmed. And since we'll be in Denver, it'll be, we'll have a lot of things to do.
Yes. Yes. We'll have lots of things to do in no time. Or all the time in the world, depending on how you want to look at it.
It'll be high time.
It'll be coming and going.
Yes.
Dude, Colorado, I need to get out there just for the comedy scene. I want to go check out some of the comedy that's going on. My first thought when you mentioned it, fucking amazing. But what I wanted to ask you outside of music is, everybody that I've talked to has said how much of just a happy-go-lucky guy you are all the time. And I just realized something's not plugged in.
Uh-oh.
Which is not good. But that's okay. Actually.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Let's see. Well, let's do this. Let's just call it right there, since we're running short on time anyway.
Are we?
Because it's about 6. Yeah.
I can go. I'm not about to be up there till 8, unless you got somewhere to be.
I do, unfortunately. So, we'll leave it at just the music for now, and we'll get into the philosophy next time. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
So until next time, thank you so much, Owen.
Absolutely.
This has been a pleasure. Later.